welcome to the PIO vlog.
The number one rule this time, you can't make sexual comments about my butt.
The exact process that my husband and I follow.
Yeah, you're mentally ready.
Okay.
I have never had a knot like that in my life.
Not sexual. So funny.
Hello everybody, it is Dingle here and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing super duper well. We have made it. Welcome to the PIO vlog. If you are just stumbling across this video looking for any tips and tricks because you are about to start your PIO shot journey, congratulations for making it here, by the way. This is huge. But also you stumbled across the right video compared to the last PIO vlog that I made, because I plan to make this one a little more condensed on exactly what worked for us so that you guys can take away some quick tips and tricks. But for entertainment purposes, if you want to go watch my last PIO vlog, that more so takes you through the process of how we got to these final tips and tricks. I will leave that link down below. And of course, if you are new, hello, my name is Mac. My husband's name is Jack. Yes, Mac and Jack. We are going on 3 years of our infertility journey, and this is our second embryo transfer. So if you want to send good vibes or you want to see how this cycle turns out and anything future as it relates to hopefully pregnancy, then make sure to hit the subscribe button because I upload videos like these on Wednesdays and Sundays. But without further ado, let's get into it. So the first part of this video, I'm just gonna list out exactly the tips and tricks, the exact process that my husband and I follow when it comes to our PIO shots, that for us has just proven to be the perfect routine for our PIO shots. And then I wanna show you guys the vlog footage of our very first morning of PIO shots for our embryo transfer number 2. So my nurse said that we can do our PIO shots anytime between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m., but to pick a time that I can do it pretty consistently, like at that time. So Jack and I try to do the actual shot between 7:45 and 8, because if we do not have to wake up at 6 a.m., we are not going to wake up at 6 a.m. But around 7 o'clock or 7:15, Jack goes and gets the heating pad and he brings it into the bedroom while I am still slumbering. And for the next 15 minutes while I am waking up in bed or I just kind of fall back asleep, I am heating the side that we are doing our PIO shot on that morning. By the recommendation of my nurse and the educational materials that we got from my clinic, we switch sides every day. So we just try to keep track of what side we did yesterday so that I can heat up the other side this next day. I go ahead and heat for 15 minutes, and in that 15 minutes simultaneously, Jack has the PIO vial in his pocket to bring that to a warmer body-like temperature. After my 15 minutes are up, Jack comes and gets me out of bed and we migrate over to the living room, where while I'm waiting just a little bit longer, I'm sitting on the heating pad because it just feels good in the morning to have a heating pad. It's very cozy. And that is while Jack begins to prep the needle, get all the materials laid out, etc. When we actually go to do the shot, I do not do the shot lying down, I do it standing up. And while I am standing up, I am not rigid standing just like this. I'm more so leaning weight to one side, and the side I am leaning weight to is the opposite side of the PIO shot. So basically, if I'm leaning this way, this muscle is very loose, and that is a tip that I learned from a doctor on YouTube that was giving their tips and tricks, because the medicine going into it just a really loose muscle, and that's a lot easier than going into a muscle that is tighter, if that makes sense. I personally find that if I breathe in and I hold my breath while the needle goes in and then I breathe out once he's like injecting the medication, then that works for me. It's almost like I hold my breath for the needle and then I just relax for the rest of the time. And next, after the injection is complete, he pulls the needle out and immediately puts a paper towel on, because we have had some incidences where we don't get a paper towel soon enough on the injection site. So that's definitely a tip that I learned more so this time than last time. But we immediately apply pressure, and then when he has capped the needle and placed that off to the side, he immediately starts massaging the injection area so that all of that progesterone and oil can just evenly distribute, or at least we can just help it evenly distribute instead of just creating this knot like right then and there, you know? So he's massaging for about, I would say like 1 to 2 minutes or so, nothing too crazy, while I'm standing up in the exact position that I was was taking the needle. And then while he is cleaning up all of the supplies, I am doing some like movement exercises to further make sure that nothing is pilling up in there. So I'm doing some of these, I'm doing some rotations, and then even after that, I'm doing a few squats versus going and being sedentary again on a heating pad. I find that a heating pad later or when you sit down to work is totally fine, but if I don't get that immediate movement in before I go and sit on a heating pad, it doesn't take care of the knots as well than if I were to just immediately sit back down again. That movement has proven just super, super helpful for me. And then we go about our day. We make our coffee, we eat our breakfast, we get to work. And I remember that these processes when I was looking at videos on YouTube and like trying to learn all the tips and tricks from people actually experiencing the PIO shots, when I was looking up those videos, I remember looking at these processes thinking, oh my gosh, it like takes so long and that's a lot of steps and all of that. And I know it can seem like that, but after even the first couple of days, this all just becomes second nature, and it's literally like making your oatmeal in the morning. Like there are steps to it, but it just becomes second nature and you guys become really, really quick at it. And overall, you just become really comfortable with the process. I do want to list a couple of things that I found directly did not work for us, and I would never advise, and I would actually advise people against these things just based on my own personal experience. There were a lot of videos telling me to ice the area 15 minutes before doing the injection. You can try it. You can absolutely try it, and if it works for you, I am so happy for you because it does work for women. It definitely does, but that created the worst knot I have ever experienced, and I have done so many PIO shots since I iced the first couple days of our original PIO shot journey, and I have never had a knot like that in my life. It was so painful. It woke me up at night. Like, it was just horrible. And the reason for that knot was because I was icing the area and it was going into an iced butt cheek, and it was just congealing. There was no heat helping it. Even if I would do the heating pad after the injection, it was just a no-go. It was an absolute no-go. But it is something that I had to trial and error it out. So I do not blame anyone that does use ice, and if it works for you, again, I'm so happy for you, but that was no. The number one reason that I wanted to use ice before PIO shots was because I was very afraid of the massive needle that is a PIO shot, and I thought it was just gonna hurt a million times more than the stomach shots that I was doing during retrieval cycles. But having done the ice before a PIO shot, and also having done and now continue to do the heat before the PIO shot, the needle is truly nothing. It does not hurt more than the stomach shots, and I would even argue that some of the stomach shots that we've already taken during our retrieval cycles were more uncomfortable than the PIO shot needle. The size of the needle is intimidating, but that is not a direct correlation to the amount of pain that you will experience, like, at all. For women that still don't want to feel the needle prick, I have seen them grab numbing cream just from CVS or Walgreens to apply to the area, which they say it really, really helps. So if you are wanting to avoid ice, but also wanting something to numb the area before you do the needle, that is definitely an option. If any of you guys watching this have your own PIO tips and tricks that you want to leave down below for anybody stumbling across this video, make sure to do that. And if you guys have any further questions about our PIO shot experience, if I didn't cover anything that you were hoping that I covered, also leave that down below. But otherwise, I'm gonna roll the clip of our very first PIO shot morning for our second embryo transfer.
So cold.
It's cold. The last time we did this, it was October.
And it was like warm.
Yeah, I had windows open and stuff. Guys, I did my hair just for you this morning.
Wow. You can do that for me.
I'm joking. Jack woke me up at, I'm not entirely sure what time.
7:17.
7:17. And he put the heating pad on me as I laid there, and I fell right back to sleep. Just to get the muscle all loose. And then the journey from bedroom to here always cools it down a little bit. So while Jack is setting up, I'm just re-sitting on it just for like a minute or two. So it's nice and warm. He's drawing the medicine right now.
Sing us the song of the upper right quadrant. Whoosh, whoosh.
Yeah. Well, now you touched it. You have to redo that.
Right here. You know when you're mentally ready.
Okay. Remember, I do the breathe in. Ready? I'm gonna breathe in.
Got an air bubble.
Whoa!
Alright, we're going in.
Ow, careful pulling out. You pulled out at like an ankle or something.
I'm sorry, darling. Can you hold that for me?
Yes.
I'll be gentler next time. Sorry, I must have cut a snag there.
Not snapped.
Mmm.
My baby. Harder.
Sorry.
More concentrated.
I'm so excited. Yeah. We're starting again.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Oh man, you got me all in my feels. No, I'm just excited. We're close again.
Yeah.
I don't think I've revisited this.
Mentally.
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
No, I'm not nervous.
I'm scared.
I'm just not gonna let the nervous energy out.
Okay. We only have lucky girl syndrome this time, bub.
Yeah.
We did not have lucky girl syndrome that last time. I love you.
I'm putting my hand in here, not sexually, just your shirt was warm.
The number one rule this time around was that when he goes to give me shots in my butt, he can't make sexual comments about my butt.
What's the fun in that?
In such a vulnerable medical position, it was just not the time.
I'm so cheeky. It's not sexual, but it's still funny.
Nice job, Bubba.
Nice job. Go ahead, you puss. Get to go see mom.
It was fun looking back at the last time because I don't remember Hippo like being there, like because I was so nervous for the first time, and to watch back and see her like comforting me and like rubbing up against my arms and stuff like while I was clearly stressed was the cutest thing ever. Time for my stretches. This time I have 2 kitties because you guys are being so nice to each other. And a couple squats for good measure. And that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did and you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, make sure to do so down below because we upload videos here on Wednesdays and Sundays. Everybody, do not forget to give this video a big ol' thumbs up, and we will catch you in the next one, my friends. We'll see you later. Bye!